Hi and welcome back to this Let's Build. This is going to be the final episode of this Let's Build, so it's a three parts of the episode. Sorry, I'm just moving around in my chair if you can hear that. I can't get comfy. I basically just kind of went on and just kept going because I really wanted to finish this. So I've decorated all of the upstairs, the side shed bit, the back garden, and just spruced everything up a little bit more. I did again. I've called it a let's build, sorry, but it is a bit of a mixture of a speed build and a let's build. So I have actually managed to playtest everything. And it all works. I'm really happy that everything works. Obviously there's going to be one part of the shed that you can't really use because it's going to be full of rubbish and clutter, because that is pretty much what our shed looks like. Don't tell my mum, she will get very angry. But it's basically, I'm so happy with how this turned out, because if you've ever seen my house, you would realise, oh my goodness, it actually looks like her house. Don't think any of you would have seen my house, but I'm really impressed. It does look like my house. I've just realised, I noticed that I didn't put in a railing next to the stairway. You can always add that in. It's just a white banister that we have there. And I do actually, oh no, maybe you don't need it because I moved the door back, because the hallway bit is slightly different to how my house looks. I was going to record all this with Facecam, but my camera has been messing up, so I decided to just do me talking. So I'm just decorating each room as I go. I need to sneeze. Bless me. Okay, so basically our bathroom has a lot of bluey greeny kind of colours in it, so I thought that's how I'd make it. And then I realised that our bathroom only fits a bath like long ways in, but then I thought because it's The Sims it just doesn't really work out the same as a regular home, so I thought I'd put in a bath with a shower and then a shower as well, just because it fills the space, and it is pretty much what our house is for, and both of them work fine, so it's all good. A lot of people will probably be annoyed because this house is only has one bathroom, because it is a bit of a pain when they all need the toilet, but this is how my house looks. We only have one bathroom in our house and we all manage, we all get on. It comes together quite well and everything works. So this house is recommended for now. How I've decorated it, how it is now, is actually a family of 3, because my sister, when we redecorated my room, she had moved out. She has now not moved out, and she is now technically kind of living at her new boyfriend's house, but it's really tricky because she hasn't technically moved out now again, so it is a small house for the amount of people we have had in it. My bedroom used to have 2 bunk beds, so you could then have 4 people in it, but we've then changed it to 1 small double and then 1 single bed, and now it's changed to just 1 small double bed. So it's quite hard. And then above here where our stairway is, we've got a canvas that my sister's painted. She painted a picture from Tangled for me, because I love Tangled, it's one of my favourite films. So I thought having a picture quite similar would suit. And then we don't actually have a cupboardy bit here, but I just thought it would fill some space. I had a few bits that we don't really have in our home, but it's fine. I think it's good to add to it. And then I realised, I don't know why I realised now at this point when I've already done the kitchen, I keep going back to the kitchen, if you remember from previous episodes, is that our washing machine is in our kitchen. Don't know if that's an English thing, that washing machines are in the kitchen. I've seen that washing machines, is it in Germany? There was a thing going around on Twitter that their washing machines are in their bathrooms. That makes a lot of sense to me, because I mean, you take off your clothes to go have a shower and you can put them right straight in the washing machine. But hey, it is what it is. Most people have them in their kitchen or have them in a utility room in England. I personally, we don't have a utility room. We do have we used to have a tumble dryer in the outshed bit, which is where I put it in a bit. Sorry, I've got a sore throat. And then my room, I did find quite tricky to begin with, and then I realised how I could change this and how it actually could look more like my actual bedroom. I have a wall here next to where I'm sitting. You'll find out this is my room that I'm planning, and you'll see a Sims version of my house, and you can see where I would be sitting to film. There is a wall with walls sticking out here, which I covered in Polaroids and pictures, and then my wardrobe is behind a curtain. Annoyingly, we can't get curtains like that to place them like that in The Sims 4. It just doesn't look right. But yeah, I have a lot of clothes hanging up, and so I use the hanging rails that you can get on Sims 4 with the clothes hanging off. Yeah, and then this bed is fairly similar to mine. It's grey, so my bed's grey, so that's why I chose it. And then that side table is actually very similar to the one I actually have. And then I didn't know if I had downloaded Vintage Glamour stuff. I then realised I hadn't, because I had a bit of a pack buying spree when they were all on sale the other day. And I couldn't remember which packs I had actually bought. So I was looking for the vanity table, but I didn't have it. So this is not a vanity table. It's obviously a desk like you would do sit at the computer, and that's where I do my makeup and stuff, because it's in front of the window and it's best light that you can have. And then this light is very similar to one I actually have in my room, except for it is blue, but I didn't like the colour. It's like a duck egg blue, but I didn't like the colour. Kind of like the colour of the wall, but I didn't like the colour of the lamp that I could find. So, and then the picture above my bed is not obviously what I have above my bed. I have a picture of me and my boyfriend above my bed, but I obviously, if you're playing The Sims and then I play and have a picture of my Sims with their boyfriend, if I did do my own household, then you can use that and put that above the bed. But I'm not very organised, and I just put anything up. I know some people play as they go and get their Sims to take pictures as they go, and then they can put them up. A lot of people are very clever like that and have a lot of time, whereas I do not. So I'm just filling the table with a few vanity things. I'm putting the hairdryer underneath because I have a lot of stuff underneath my desk, and it's great because all of this stuff works. I was really worried with this, in particularly this bedroom, that a lot of the stuff wouldn't work, because there is a lot of things crammed in corners, or just really close together, and I really worried that it wouldn't work, but it does, so it's great. I was trying to pick a kind of like an ottoman-y type of cushion for the back corner of the room, because I don't actually have a seat there. I have a ottoman storage, which I shove loads of random rubbish on. So I was going to choose a chair, and then I think I go with a cushion, and I can't remember which one it's from. It's definitely... oh, where is it from? What pack is it? I'm going to have to wait and see what I click on. And see what I... this one. Is it Movie Hangout Stuff? That one? Can't remember what pack that's from. But it reminds me of a pumpkin. And she can sit on it. I'm really shocked that it worked, because I really crammed it in that corner there. But really pleased that it does work, and the bookshelf works. And then this shelf that you get with bowling night stuff, I have a shelf unit quite similar. It's not hexagons, it's squares that are kind of on top of each other. And I thought it actually does look quite like my room. When I placed that, I was like, wow, it's like this shelf was meant for me. And then I'm just using this ottoman bench as a place to put a speaker, because I have a record player on top of my ottoman. It's a storage ottoman, not a seat ottoman. And I have my vinyls next to it, but obviously don't have that in The Sims 4. And then I do have a few like figurine things next to it, so I just placed a object of a dog, because we have a dog in my family, so it was kind of fitting. And then as I was looking around my room going, oh my goodness, I also have a mirror to fit in, so I need to I do readjust the room. And then I was just filling the room with loads of clutter, because I am one to hoard a lot of rubbish. I'm quite honest when I say that I hoard a lot of rubbish. My boyfriend will tell you that I hoard a lot of stuff, so yeah. And then I just put this picture underneath because the wall space for the shelving unit, they didn't give me enough wall space, because I do have a lot of frames around my shelves. I'm pointing, like you can see, my camera's broken, you can't see me. I'm just being silly. Basically, there's pictures underneath the shelving unit that you can see in front of you on the video in real life. So I placed that canvas thing just to make it a bit more realistic. I don't actually have a bookshelf in my room either. I have a cabinet with like ornaments in, Disney ornaments that I collect. So, but obviously The Sims 4 again doesn't have that. And then this is when I was realising that I need to put a mirror in the game, or in this build, because I have a mirror there. It's actually a freestanding mirror that I have, one that, you know, can move, and they have those sort of mirrors in The Sims, but I obviously wouldn't have room for that with the chest of drawers there, so I thought I'd put the one on the wall so you can still use it. And you can! I'm going to say that a lot in this video because I'm in shock. You can use that mirror. It works. And then I just fill the space above the chest of drawers with these clothes, because that is actually how my chest of drawers looks. I have a rail above and it's full, jam-packed full of my clothes. And then I was trying to find a rug that was very similar to mine. I have like a duck egg blue rug with white and cream running through it and different shades of blue, and I just couldn't find one that I really liked. And then I remembered one that I did think would go really well. I can't remember which pack it's from. It's this rug. Is it Parenthood? And it actually goes really well with the room and looks quite similar. I've actually given myself a lot more space just because of how it plans out in The Sims. It just looks a lot bigger. But yeah, so here is where my computer desk would be. Exciting. So this is technically what you're seeing now, me filming as I'm building. It's not an ideal place really, but I have no other space in my room for it, so yeah. And I have a lot of, again, it just looks like I've got a lot of rubbish. Also, this floorboard that I put down looks exactly like my floorboard. I didn't mention that at all, but yeah. And like I said, I had pictures next on that wall of like Polaroids and things, so you could put postcards up there on a corkboard. But yeah, and then I have my laundry baskets, washing basket as we call it in England. Laundry is not the word I would choose to use. And then this side of the room where the bed is, I have again shelving units and picture frames. So whenever people talk about getting happy with pictures in The Sims and they go, oh, people use too many pictures when they're decorating, come and look at my bedroom. I have a lot. And also it's annoying because I have a radiator as well. I feel like we need radiators in The Sims so that when it's winter you can be like, oh, I'll just go turn the radiator on and not use that thermostat thing. Oh gosh, my drink went the wrong way. I can't remember what I'm doing now. Oh, I know what I was doing. I was looking for the dog calendar that I had downstairs in the kitchen, because I have a Disney calendar in my room underneath that picture frame. So I just went and copied it from the kitchen, but I changed it to blue because it goes with the room a lot nicer. And then this is the side of the room that I was saying where I've got about 3 shelves on the wall. I've got one. Sorry, my boyfriend's just texting me. I've got 3 shelves, so one has I actually could have put the corkboard on top of one of the shelves because I've got a corkboard full of pins, Disney pins that I collect. I've got Beauty and the Beast picture, and then a few ornaments from Beauty and the Beast. And then I do have a clock as well, actually. So yeah, and then on the other shelves, again, it's just a bit of clutter that I'm going to put. So I'm trying to make it look as much as I can like my room, but it's really hard. So where I said I have the Beauty and the Beast picture, I've put this one of the butterflies. And I also downloaded, I think it's the kids stuff pack, and I think you get that butterfly light kind of thing going up the wall, and I've always wanted those kind of, even if they weren't lights, butterflies going along your wall, and they never turned up. I did order some and they never turned up, which was so irritating. So I thought I would live my dream through The Sims, like everyone does, I'm sure. And then I was just trying to find stuff that would be small enough to fit on this shelf. It's a struggle, I'm not gonna lie. And then, like I said, I have so many pictures on the wall that I thought I would shove this collage-y picture on the wall as well. And then these are those butterflies I was talking about, but how cool are they? How pretty do they look? I've never seen them before, but obviously I've only just downloaded the pack, but I haven't even seen them in other people's builds, so I don't know. And I also, I didn't point out, but that pride flag, I thought was just really cool. Really nice addition to the game. You can also change it to different colours as well. And also we have the addition of the pride clothing as well, which is really nice. So if you want to dress your Sims up for pride, get going. I really like, there's like a stripy top that you can get your Sims to wear. I really like that, the sleeves one, if you know what I'm talking about. And then I'm just readjusting, and I think that's this room done. When I finished it, I was like tempted to call all my family in and be like, look what I've made, it's my room. I will definitely be showing my boyfriend later because I'm that excited about the fact that it looks like my room. Right, and then this point there may be a few pauses because I kept running and getting up and seeing what my mum and dad's bedroom looks like. I mean, I know what it looks like. I'm not, just saying it because... But I just wanted to get it perfect because I got my room so well. I was like, I have to get mum and dad's room so well. So their room is quite different to mine. It's very brown, beige and white and creams. Their wallpaper is really strange. So I couldn't really find a wallpaper similar, but I kind of went for the colour more so than anything. So it's kind of that colour. It's quite a strange thing. And then their floor is actually quite similar to mine, so I think I just go with the same one in the end. I thought I probably could go with a different floor, but hey ho, it looks the same. I don't know why, but we all have wooden flooring upstairs in our rooms. I think it's just easier to clean and manage. I have so much hair that when it falls out, when I used to have carpet, I used to have to pull it out the carpet. It's really gross, but yeah. Sorry, my boyfriend's texting me. And then I realised as well, like in my room, there's like this bit here where they have like an airing cupboard where they keep all like our towels and things, but obviously can't really do that in The Sims. So I just make it a wall that you can't really use. And it made the space more realistic for the bed. And then this part was hard because my mum and dad's wardrobe is really big, like really big. And then I realised that space was actually all wrong, so I had to pull that back towards the corridor, which was fine. And then, so basically their cupboard is like one long cupboard that takes up all that bit from the door to the wall section, but it's mirrored, so I was trying to find something tall that would go with the room, but I just wasn't really keen on this colour. So I do think I change it in a bit, and I'm a bit happier with the the decision I've made. They as well, my mum's really cute. She's got fairy lights above her bed. Probably not my dad's decision, definitely my mum's. And then I was saying that I also have fairy lights above my bed, but I thought that'd be a bit much as I've added the butterflies. So I kind of just left it as it was. I know you can never have too many fairy lights. And then my mum's table is more like a browny kind of beige kind of colour. Again, this is me getting up to go and have a look, because I really wanted to get this perfect. I don't know why, I just had this vision that I wanted to create this build. And again, so my mum uses her table just like I use mine, and it's more of a vanity table. And they all have like table mirrors, but I don't think we can get those in The Sims. So yeah, and then I go back to the wardrobes because I just wasn't really happy with how they looked. They look like their wardrobe, but the colours were just off. So I was just seeing if there was anything better, and then I was just going through the colour swatches of this to see if there was something I liked. And then I actually thought that colour was quite nice. I know the front bit's a bit of a blue tint, but the actual wood bit is very similar to Mum and Dad's. So yeah, I did think this was a weird concept of a video to do, but I haven't actually seen sorry, I completely lost my train of thought then. My boyfriend keeps texting me. I personally haven't seen these videos going around. I mean, they probably have gone around many moons ago. Very new to this. However, yeah, I just thought it was really cool, but also quite a weird concept, because you're basically showing people what your house looks like, but in The Sims. Yeah, I really like this concept. It's really fun. So hopefully everyone else has enjoyed these videos. I just took a pause because I had to phone my boyfriend, but to you guys it doesn't seem like I have had a pause. And then I was just choosing, because under the TV that they have in their room, they have like a chest of drawers again for clothes, so I thought I'd just put this one down and just pile on a few things, like random bits. Someone, I remember when they came round to our house once, asked why we had so many TVs in our house, and I can't really answer. I just think we like our space as a family, so we enjoy sitting in the living room and watching things together, but we also like to then be able to go to our bedroom and then go watch something, so you're not like tied to watching the same thing as everyone else. I feel very lucky. As a child, I always had a TV in my room. Obviously it's upgraded a lot over the years. I only had one of those tiny ones that sat high up so I could watch it on my bunk bed. Memories. But yeah, and then above my mum and dad's bed they've got these like brown frames, and I thought these were perfect. They did the job just as I needed, and they have them placed like this. And yeah, I thought that looked perfect. And then these bedside lights as well are really similar to what my mum and dad have as well, but they're like touch sensitive ones, so you can like do certain brightnesses with them. And also the bed that I chose for my mum and dad's room, I didn't talk about it, but that is spot on as well. It looks exactly like their bed. I'm in shock at how many things you can get on The Sims, but that they can look like your actual home. I just phoned my boyfriend and I just said, I have created a madness. Like my bedroom, I've created my house on The Sims and it actually looks like my house. I feel like I'm going off on one here, and please leave the video if you're bored, but I'm just really proud of myself. If you could see my house in real life and then see this, you'd be like, oh yeah, I'd be proud too. And the garden was a struggle, not gonna lie. The fountain bit, I'm not good at fountains, and trying to make it look like my fountain in my garden was a bit of a struggle, but I got there. So anyways, I was just rearranging this part of the landing, as we call it, And then I decided that the front of the house, I needed a car. So I put a big car out the front, sized up one of those models. I'm not one of these people as well, by the way, that's dying for cars in The Sims 4 now. I just think it's not necessary. I am the sort of person that I love the fact that island living, you can go swimming, you can become a mermaid, all those things, and you can do all those fun jobs as well within the game. But yeah, cars I just don't feel like are a necessity anymore, because I feel like bikes would be a really good idea to get around the bits where they don't have a loading screen. You can get around quicker then. Bikes and like scooters or something would be like really fun. Like scooters for your kids and the bikes for kids and adults, and I just think that would be really fun, because we had bikes before in The Sims 3 and I feel like they're more of a necessity than cars, because bikes you need bikes for the bits in the non-loading screens, because the running can be slow if you're going from one part to the other. And now with island living, you can go around a lot of the land without it having to go to a loading screen, which I just think is great. I feel like there has been progress made within The Sims 4. And I have been playing Island Living, and I've been trying to record some gameplay, but I'm actually struggling to, I don't know, not to create a really like interesting story. I feel like it's fun, like there are things you can do, but I get easily bored with some of the gameplay. Mermaids especially, I loved so much in The Sims 3 that I feel like they look fantastic in The Sims 4, and like their swimming, the like animation for the swimming is great, but there's just something missing, and the fact that you don't go down with your Sims diving really frustrates me, because I'm the sort of person that I really enjoyed that part in The Sims 3. I know it was really laggy, but it is what it is. But anyways, this part, I'm going to explain this part of this build, because I'm going off on a tangent about island living and I haven't even done any videos on it yet. But this part of the build is basically, we have these like outshed bits to the side of our house that kind of link us to then the other side, but not really. And basically one side has got our freezer and like a chiller for like drinks and a lot of storage. It's definitely not as big as I've made it on here, so don't be like, oh my gosh, you've got so much space in your house. It's a lot smaller in real life. It's basically a freezer, a chiller, and then loads of rubbish on the floor. And then the other one is full of crap, I'm gonna say, for lack of a better word. So I just filled it with boxes and boxes and toys, just to make it look like when we were younger, that we had loads of toys, and loads of boxes. So you can't access hardly any of the things. You can access the decorations box. So when you need to come and decorate, there is the decorations box. And then you can obviously drag out a few things if you decide to play this household with a child, or with a teenager that likes to play games. Your decision. But yeah, so it looks ridiculous, but it is what it is. And then I saw that this barbecue came with, was it Perfect Patio stuff? I can't remember. But it looked just like a barbecue that we have at our house. So I thought, fantastic, really great, I'll use that. And then I realised that I just downloaded Island Paradise, and it has the kind of like gazebo kind of cover, and we have one of those outside our house, so it just fit perfectly. Yeah, so sorry, that bit of audio cut out my footage. I had to grab from another file. Anyways, sorry, yeah, so the gazebo fits really nicely. And then what I was about to say was, at the end of our garden we also have a big shed. So we have a lot of stuff in there, like gym equipment and stuff, but this lot wasn't big enough to build another shed. So I just kept it as the main part of our garden. And then also, this is where I wanted, I know it's cats and dogs, but where I wanted pets, a pets pack, where I wanted to have rabbits and things like that, because we have a rabbit in our garden. And I just thought, how cute would a little hutch be in the back of your garden with your rabbit? I just thought that would be really cute, but alas, that ship has probably sailed because we have cats and dogs and we don't have rabbits. We do have my first pet stuff, but a lot of people hate that pack. I don't hate it. I don't think it's the worst pack in the world. Yeah, I use a lot of the stuff from it still. There's some cute furniture that you get with it, so I still use it, so I can't complain about it. However, I can complain about making ponds. I'm not very good at it. I was trying to use the terrain tool. I was trying to be really creative. It failed quite a bit, but actually, at the end, when I've decorated it and it comes together and actually looks like my pond, you'll realise that I'm actually quite clever. It actually worked. It may look ridiculous to begin with, and I may look like I don't know what I'm doing with the terrain tool, but I do. I do know what I'm doing, and I am smart. No, there are very clever people in the Sims world that can make fountains and make waterfalls and things, and I'm just very impressed with a lot of people's talents. However, I am not up there at all. I'm very proud of myself for recreating my own home, but this has been a struggle. I don't get when people do this for fun. Terrain tools aren't my joy. I won't say that they're my favourite thing to use in The Sims, but what will be will be. It came together. I can't complain. It worked. So I'll leave it at that. Why am I complaining? But yeah, if you've got any tips and tricks for fountains and ponds, then please let me know. I'm very interested into seeing what people recommend. Obviously, nice constructive criticism, not making me feel like shit about my build. Yeah, I feel like that would be nice. Oh, my sister's just tried to phone me. Why was she doing that? I don't think I ever film a video without getting interruptions. Earlier I tried filming an island living video and my mum came in going, I need the toilet, and I was like, why do I need to know? Do I need to know? No. But she still tells me. Anyways, so I go back round, I try and make the terrain, make the fence look as normal as possible, because I'm the sort of person that really bugs me. I know it doesn't bug some people, they can deal with it. I cannot deal with the fact that the terrain tool messes with your fences. The fences are rooted to the ground. Why would they move? They shouldn't move. Don't know why it bothers me so much. Probably doesn't bother many people, but it bothers me. Anyways, so I'm just decorating with a lot of greenery around the edge of the... Oh, sorry if you can hear, that's my bin. Around the edge of the pond. And this, I feel like it did make it look a lot better. And then I just section it off to make it look like, you know, it's a pond. It works. It looks fantastic. Yeah, our pond actually does look like this. It does have a lot of greenery around it, and it does have a lot of ornaments around it as well. We have like fish in our pond. We have like fish. We have fish in our pond, and we have to have like statues of different types of birds so that the heron doesn't come. So we've actually placed like a statue of a heron, a statue of a kingfisher by our pond, and it works. The heron hasn't come back in a long time, so that's good. Yeah, and then we do also have like a little bridge going over our pond, but I struggled enough as it was, so I wasn't really prepared to make it a bit more technical. But I thought it looked pretty good, and when the water's actually moving, when you use a household in it, I think it looks great. Really chuffed with it. And I did out of like, just because in The Sims I love my Sims having pools, I was going to give them a pool, but I was realistic. We don't have a pool in our house, so I kept true to myself, and I kept true to my garden. We do have a hot tub though, and I downloaded perfect patio stuff, and I can use a hot tub now. Yay! I'm just so pleased with myself that I can use something in our house that's actually worth quite a bit. Makes me sound really snotty and snobby, but no, I'm not. And then I'm just rearranging the rocks just to make them look like they're not, you know, in the fountain, but they are around it. I'm just going to phone my sister and ask her why she rang. Why did you ring? I get annoyed with that sort of thing. And I really like that frog in the fountain because I thought that kind of looks like the animals that we have. And then I just put some lily pads down, and yeah, I think it looks really cute. I'm not like bursting my own bubble, but then when I was complaining earlier about terrain tools and things, I'm so pleased with myself. I can't even deny the fact that I'm pleased. And then I'm just adding some greenery around the fence as well, because we have a lot of plants in our garden. Oh my gosh, our whole house just makes us look like we just hoard stuff and have loads of rubbish everywhere, but yeah. Also, by the way, if you do download this, everything works, but I forgot to place a mailbox, so one will magically appear in the middle of your house, in the front door. So do not worry, just move it out of the house. It's me being stupid and forgetting something. I always forget something out of the build. This time it was the mailbox. Yeah, and then I just thought, because we have a bit of a gardening area, I thought I'd just add the pots so that my Sims have something to do. This is the only bit actually I didn't test if it worked. They might not because they're so close to the fence, but at least you can use the front bits of the plotting. Yeah, and then that's actually where we have our hose pipe, so that worked out really well, that's a decoration. And then outside the conservatory is where we have our gazebo. So I thought I would filter to Island Living. Sorry, my cold is really acting up. And get the gazebo-y type bit and create our outdoor part of our house. We basically have like a gazebo, and it has like a big table in the middle, and then it has the chairs that you can stick underneath it. I don't know if I'm saying that in like the right context, but if it makes sense to people as I'm explaining. So I try to recreate that. You'll see when I make it what I try and recreate. I am not well, so if that bothers you in this video, I am sorry. I am really struggling. But yeah, because the garden is actually, our garden's long and not wide, that it kind of looks, everything looks squished towards the end, but it would be, our garden would go further back, so I wouldn't worry. So I couldn't choose. I was deciding to put a coffee table down and not an actual table, because I thought it's a bit more similar size to the table that we do actually have outside. I then went with these stool type chairs, and then realised that it's not really what we have. We do have stools that sit underneath the chairs and you pull them out, but we have chairs with like upright backs and things out there, so I do change those to chairs that we actually do have. And then I don't know why I did that. I sized down the table, and then I knew that nothing would fit on it, so I do end up sizing it back up. And then I didn't realise if a coffee table was the best choice, so I was looking at actual tables, but I preferred the coffee table. And then I went for chairs with backs, because that's actually what we have in our garden. And as I was saying, I'm trying to keep this as realistic as I can. I am really excited to show my family this, because I'm just so impressed with myself. I just think it looks great. I'm not like bursting my own bubble, but I mean, well, I am, but it looks great. And I tried it out with my sim. You can sit at all of these chairs. I was very thorough, except for the gardening beds. Everything works. You can get in the hot tub when that's placed. It's fabulous. What else? Please give me your opinions on the new pack. I know everyone was so excited for there to be the university pack, and obviously we haven't got that. So I just want everyone's opinions. If you have got it, are you enjoying it? Are you looking forward to the magic one that we're going to be getting later on in the year? And all that kind of stuff. Like, I just want to know anyone's opinions if they have any of anything. Yeah, so our hot tub is not that big, but can't do anything about that in The Sims. So I just thought I'd put the hot tub there, and that's what we have, and it works as well, so that's good. And then I just finished decorating the outside area, and I take a lot of screenshots of the house because I'm very proud of it. So if you like the house, it is available to download on the Sims Gallery. My user is LaurenTilly23, LaurenTilly 23. Just because I know that whenever I watch videos, I like to download someone's builds. And if you want to speak to me on Twitter, it is Lauren Simsie. Lauren again, Lauren. And Simsie is Simsie. Just in case you were wondering. But yes, if you enjoyed this build, please give it a like and subscribe. Leave me any comments. Hopefully you've made it to this part of the video, because I've just realised it's over 40 minutes long. Yay! So hopefully you made it to this part of the video. If you haven't, that makes me sad. But if you have, I'll see you in the next video, and it may be an island living one. Who knows? Yay! Thanks for watching. Bye!